Viewers, in a shocking incident that occurred yesterday at Kheshepu village around 1:30 p.m., a mob from Yasami village in Zonoboto attacked Kheshepu village, led by one S. Kivika Achumi, who is also a retired additional director of the Agri Department, Government of Nagaland, and is also a citizen of Yasami village, along with one Vikato, who is the GB of Baimho village in Zonoboto. Now, they led a mob from Yasami village and went and destroyed various structures of Kheshepu village. Now, it is said that in an FIR filed by the head GB of Kheshepu village, Hokugas Asumi, now he has filed an FIR at the Zonoboto police station just today early morning around 10:30, 11 a.m. They filed an FIR. Now, this was a long time coming again, this FIR. In fact, former MLA Kekao Asumi spoke to media persons. Now, he is also from Kheshepu village, and he spoke to media persons here in Dimapur, telling us about the intensity that has been faced over the years. In fact, the village was established in 1991 and officially recognized in 2005, but since then, since 2010, there has been many incidents that has occurred at Kheshepu village in regard to Yasami coming and vandalizing properties. In fact, in your visuals also you can see that yesterday's incident where they're coming with machetes as well, or locally known as dows. Now we'll have a listen to what former MLA Kekao Asumi has to say.
I really thank the media fraternity for giving me this opportunity to vent out some of our grievances. But for the overall viewers, I think I will speak in Nagamis. Etu iniga se ekta incident kali happened kurishe. Etu incident too, it happened in Zonoboto district in one of the villages called Kheshepu village, which is situated around 10 to 12 kilometers from Zonoboto. It is, on the way from Zonoboto to Agnato constituency. The Tizi River crosses in the middle, and there is a bridge. It's called the Tizi Bridge. To Tizi Bridge, in the main Tizi Bridge, it's an island full of, terrace cultivations and all this, where Kheshepu village is situated. So, this village was established way back in 1991. And the villagers, after due recognition, had been living very peacefully. But just on the eve of recognition, there is an association called the YKK. YKK Koigina. In Sema, I will say that it's Yazami Koko Kakakulu, Yazami Fraternity Union at large. To Taikhantu, on the foundation day and inauguration of the village, where the DC was supposed to have inaugurated, Aigena foundation stone khan bhangi digena, there was a little law and order problem. Iniga hoigena, the village was then, of course, recognized. Hoilibe, then after that, the Yazami village and some from Baimo village, they started coming and giving problems all the time. Sure. And because of which, the government of the day then kept the village recognition in abeyance. Abeyance the Rakidisha. And the Kheshepu village, Kheshepu, who happened to be my father also, my late father. So we had approached the High Court. And the village recognition still remains in abeyance. So abeyance rakhishe status quo. Now 2000, even before that and after that also, the Yazami village, who is led by none other than the retired additional director Kivika Achumi, and the Gambra of Baimo village, Vikato Yepthomi. These two are the main culprits. Tai dujon tu kiman incident hoishe, they led the mob and they had come and destroyed the village. quite often. So this is one official letter by the then DC Kheshepu Sema, who in 2010 or 16 is not very clear, it's a Xerox copy, but I can furnish the original papers to the media. So here, what happened was the YKK and the villages, these two villages from Baimu and Yezami, led by the retired additional director Kiviku, who was then not retired, and the GB of Baimu village, Mr. Vikato Yepthomi. These two are the main culprits. They took the law in their hands. They led the mob of people from both the villages, and they came and burned down 4 houses, Charta Gor Julai Dishe, and 1 granary. And because of which we filed a complaint to the then DC Shri Kheshepu Sema. So he had, you can read it here, he had imposed a fine of 50,000 to both the villages and further warned that if any untoward incident happens again in Kheshepu village by the 2 villages led by Shri Kivku Achumi and Shri Vikato Yepthomi, stringent action will be taken. This is one. Then in 2024, the Jal Jivan, the PHE department under Jal Jivan mission, they came and constructed water tanks, and with all these steps and all this. We are very thankful to the PHE department, of course, which is led by Shri Jacob Jimomi. We are thankful to him for giving us development. But the same group led by Kiviku Achumi and Vikato Yepthomi, they came and totally demolished, which I would rather say government property, and literally demolished that. And next to that, the villages were constructing 1 rest house, church rest house. That also they demolished. And because of which we had given a written complaint to the DC, but so far, with reasons best known to them, nothing has happened so far. So last year, December 18th, fearing some apprehension that these people may create more problems, because we were hearing rumors that before Christmas they may come and give problems. We gave a written complaint to the Deputy Commissioner through the SDO Civil, but so far no action has been taken. Now yesterday, the same group of villagers led by Shri Kiviku Achumi, retired Additional Director Agriculture, and Vikato Yeptho, Gambura of Baimo village, they came to the village and destroyed few houses. And we have video clippings also, which we will share it with the media fraternity. Share Kurdibo, where we can, it's all in Sema, only we can hear the retired additional director telling the Gambura and the few people there, around 20-30 of them, to the retired additional director, telling the crowd to go and smash those houses. And the Gambura, Semas were literally hereditary in Gamburaship, but they are also appointed by the government. So Gambura, who is supposed to uphold the law and see that law and order is maintained, was one of the main persons there in demolishing all these houses. So today at around 10 o'clock in Zinaboto, we have given an FIR against the 2 persons and of course the mob. So we would like to request the esteemed authority to kindly see that necessary action is followed under various sections of law, because we cannot let these things keep on happening. Aji pitch 2010 plus the then DC Kheshepu fine kurugena stringent action lobo koise Holibi, it has repeated 2-3 times after that also. So, আমি কোৱাটো আমি অথৰিটিজকে ৰিকুৱেষ্ট কৰিবলৈ মন থকাটো অথৰিটিজ খান বি মৰম কৰি কিনে এইটো বস্তি একটা ৰিকগনিশ্যন কৰিছে হ'লে বি তাইখান উইথ ডিউ প্ৰচেছ অফ ল' DC 2015-16 থকা টাইম দি কৰিছে ডিউ প্ৰচেছ অফ ল' এডিৰ কৰি কিনে ৰিকগনাইজ কৰিছে হ'লে বি কমপ্লেইন কৰাৰ পৰা এম্বিয়েন্স দি ৰাখিছে হ'লে বি ইনিগা টেকিং দ্য ল' ইন টু দেয়াৰ অ'ন হেণ্ডছ ঘৰ ভাঙিব মানুহ থ্ৰেটেন কৰিব সামান ভাঙি দিব গ্ৰেনাৰিজ বাৰ্ণ কৰি দিব জল জীৱন মিছন টেংকি বনাই দিছে ভাঙি দিব ইনিগা কৰাটো আমি খান বি এতিয়াতো অলপ অথৰিটিজকে বি ইমান একটা বিশ্বাস নাথাকা বি হৈ যাইছে এইটো কাৰণে ইফ ইউ অলছ' টেক দ্য ল' ইন টু আৱাৰ অ'ন হেণ্ডছ উই অলছ' কেন ডু ইট দোসৰা মানুহ পাৰিলে আমি খান বি পাৰিব আমি খান পাৰিলে মানুহ খান বি পাৰিব এইটো কাৰণে আমি খান একটা উইথ চিনচিয়াৰেষ্ট অফ ৰিকুৱেষ্ট টু দ্য অথৰিটিজ ইনক্লুডিং দ্য হোম মিনিষ্টাৰ দ্য কমিশ্যনাৰ দ্য চিফ ছেক্ৰেটাৰী আমি খান ৰিকুৱেষ্ট কৰাটো এইটোতো একশ্যন ল'ব লাগে কৈ কিনে জানাই দিয়া আছে আৰু মিডিয়া ফ্ৰেটাৰ্নিটি বি মৰম কৰি কিনে এইটো কি ইছ্যু আছে these are all facts we have all the papers with us so if you could kindly highlight this in the media আমি খান একদম খুশি হ'ব কৈ কিনে সব মানুহ লগ কৈ দি আছে
so sir এতিয়া আপুনি কোৱা নিচিনা কেবুক আচুমি আৰু বিকাটো জিপি দ তাইজন পৰা যোনটো আপুনি কালা বস্তি দি আহি কিনা ভাঙাই দি আছে কৈছে ডিমলিশ কৰি আছে এইটো তাইজন 2010 দিবি তাইজনই থাকিছে না এইটো নাম দি দুসৰা
led by the two of them
okay so তাইজন লাগা ইন্টেনশন তো কি আছে বস্তি মানে আমি জানি আছে না নাই
intention is known to them will be my father had come to Zinaboto way back in the early 50s and ami khan naga manula mentality iniga ase we are basically from Akuluto constituency so they're very conservative thinking and mindset is why people from other constituency should come to our constituency and set up a village. I think that's the main reason and it's all, I would rather say, I may be wrong, but it's all jealousy, that's all.
okay so joa kali bi aigina sir apuni kan laga bosti de khor kun ba bhangai dise gwa do edu takan apuni kan letter likhina thaka de dikhi ase ki FIR de ki takan daw loi gina aise to pusti manu kan bi jokom hoise na howa nai edu kan bi olop jani mon jaise
Tai khan bosti manu khan to we hardly have 30-40 houses there and all the villages there are quite meek and you know Baimo village Yazami village are nearby surrounding Kheshepu village and they are more in number so they cannot speak out kotha korbo na pare because if they speak out they'll be beaten aro iku personal noile kiba injuries to hoa nai hoile be threatening them with dire consequences aro gor bangi dia gor jula khan I think that itself is more of a punishment than beating them up
okay now surgeon to apuni kan aji FIR jeni buto police station de dishi guse to itia tak khopor ai ase na nai ki police pra kunba edu involved edu duijon man accused apuni jin to ko ase alleged accused tajon ki thura laga noile takan police kan brabi takan ki search kura laga ko khopor pai ase na nai sir
questioning
etu FIR I'm sure was launched rather submitted around 10:30-11 so as of now I've got no news yet and I'm also able to give a press briefing here because in Zinaboto media can be man nai komti ase so we are bound to interact with the media here in Dimapur only be as of now iku arrest asena nai najane only be to people like our retired additional director agriculture Sri Kivika Achumi and GB of Baimo village Mr. Vikato Yoptumi for them the law does not seem to catch up with them. See, so they are least, but we have a mob, so no matter what, we do what we want. Etu taikhan laga mindset etu ase, which they are totally wrong.
So sir, আপুনি কোৱা নিচিনা এতিয়া পুষ্টিতে যোনটো যোৱাকালি হাদসা হৈছে তো যোৱাকালি হাদসা হৈ কিনা পুলিচ চিকিউৰিটি খান বি কোনোবাটো দি কিনা আছে না নাই পুলিচ পুষ্টিতে
I'm not sure because the complaint was filed today only at around 10:30, 11. So it's hardly few hours. So proper information to Ami pa nai.
Since this incident has occurred in the past many times and many complaints were also given from your village, and yet the administration, since the DC was appraised of the situation, did they give any information or any reason why no action was taken that time?
See, the last that I can recollect and remember is when the then DC Shri Kheshepu Sema was the DC Zinamoto, which is almost 10-15 years back. Taitu fine pi kurishe, and most stringent action would take place if further incident happen. It would be digna say, but after that 2-3 incident happen hoise, but administration come to equal action to loa nai.
So sir, আপুনি বি এইটো যোনটো আপুনি লা পুষ্টিতে দুইবাৰ তিনিবাৰ এনেকুৱা হাদসা হৈ আছে আৰু আপুনি কোৱা নিচিনা ডিষ্ট্ৰিক্ট এডমিনিষ্ট্ৰেশ্যন নহ'লে পুলিচ পৰা একো একশ্যন নলৈ গ'লে sir, are you willing to take up this issue to higher up authorities?
100%. 100%. We would like to take it up to the apex level also. We are ready for that. But as a law-abiding citizen, আমি আগে কোৱা নিচিনা আমি খান ভাল কাম কৰিলে মানুহ খান বি পাৰে, আমি খান বিয়া কাম কৰিলে মানুহ বি পাৰে, তো মানুহটো বিয়া কাম কৰি আছে আমি খান বি পাৰিবতো হ'লে বি এজ a law-abiding citizen and as to some extent little literate people, we don't want to take the law in our hands. That's it only. But Ami Khan, just because we leave it to the administration, to the authorities, these people, they seem to have taken that as our weakness. Aro Ami Khan to iku kurbo na pare, etu la babna hoi jaise. So my sincerest of request to the authorities, including the Commissioner Nagaland, we had apprised the Commissioner Nagaland today also. So the Commissioner Nagaland had verbally told one of my cousins that he is in touch with the SP Zinamoto and DC Zinamoto to see that action is taken and law and order is maintained. Etu ase aro conditioner ami khan be we cannot all the time depend on the authorities to take some remedial measures. Aro kobo eco action nalobo, kobo eco action nalobo, and these mobsters led by so-called YKK group of Kivika Achumi and GB Vikato of Baimo village, they've become bolder and bolder. So maybe this may be the last time that we would approach the authorities, and even if this time also no action is taken, I think we will also have to react.
So no reaction from Kheshepu village till now physically from your village, you can say, since the time that it has been happening 2010. Have you reacted? Has the village reacted in physical manner to in response to them?
The villagers, including us, have not reacted at all because we still believe in the rule of law, and we feel that the authority, even if late, it's better late than never. So we feel that at least some action would be taken. Only be kwanshana. All the time you complain, nothing happens. You complain, nothing happens. You complain, nothing happens. Then we also may be forced to take the law in our hands. So I think that's it.
So that was former MLA Kekau Asumi, who has expressed his sadness and resentment over Yasami village and their residents, and especially S. Kivuku Achumi, who is the retired additional director of Agri Department, Government of Nagaland, and a resident and is from that village of Yasami, and as well as Vikato GB of Baimho, who was also with this Kivuku Achumi, and they had led the mob as well. And while he was expressing his sadness, he did mention that it is a very small village. His village of Kheshepu is very small and just 30 to 40 households as well. And they're also very meek and has not reacted to any of their attacks, the attacks that have come from Yasami village throughout the years. And as he has mentioned, 50,000 was imposed as well, and by the district magistrate, who is also the deputy commissioner of Zonoboto in 2010. And on top of that, they had also threatened to take away all the VDB funds if they do so in future. But then again, after that, after many complaints, and as he has mentioned also last year, they had also destroyed the Jal Jeevan Mission water tank that was constructed at Kheshepu village, that they had destroyed that construction, which is a government property. And in fact, what action was taken? Did the government take any action against that village of Yasami? And till today, no other action has been taken place in just the imposition of 50,000 rupees in 2010, and he has appealed to the authorities as well that the government should take up this issue and cognizance, so that no untoward incidents would occur, no other severe incidents should occur between the two villages. And like he has said also, it is more like an ultimatum that he has also given, that yes, taking it for so long since 2010, since the incident started, that they will also react somehow. But right now they're going by the law, and they don't want to take law into their own hands. It is what the former MLA has said. Now, this is a developing story, in fact, and we will try to keep updated with this issue, this story between Kheshepu village and Yasami village in Zonoboto district. We will try to speak to authorities as well over there in Zonoboto. In fact, the DC as well, if he will be willing to speak to us. This is a developing story. Stay tuned for more. Esther here with camera person Tamjan for Nagaland News Network.